Hey, boss lady. Welcome back to another episode of the Hey, Boss Lady podcast. I have the boss lady herself, Katina Davenport, founder of BizTech Yourself. Hey, Katina, how are you?
I am good. How are you?
I'm doing great. I'm so happy to have you here. So tell everyone who you are and what you do.
I am Katina Davenport, founder of BizTech Yourself. And what I do, I help businesses get more paying clients or customers using content marketing automation. And they can do all of this on social media. So that is the short of it. I can go into a long spiel of everything that I do, but it just really includes on having intentional content posted as well as um, your funnel automations, and that will generate leads and sales for you.
Oh, this is perfect because, a lot of people, they struggle in that particular area, especially when it comes to social media and how they can actually get leads from it without using ads. So I'm really happy that we're going to dive into this. So tell us, what's one pivot that surprised you the most and taught you something game changing about yourself?
So the pivot that surprised me the most was from our last business that we had. My husband and I, we both worked that business, and it was K&D Consulting Enterprises. And we recently let that one go, even though it was doing well for a couple of years. We got into corporate contracting, and the contract ended early because of budget cuts, and we couldn't get another one. So, I was trying to make sure we had more than one contract under our belt, and it kind of got overwhelming because it was all in the IT space when we moved from just doing a lot of funding. We were funding brokers, and we were doing business structure, but IT was more of my husband's jam. And he can work really well in that space, and come to find out, I can too. And so we were both, just kind of doing things similarly and simultaneously. And guys, just if you're going into corporate contracting, make sure you have multiple contracts that you are working at the same time, even if you have to pull people in to help you. So that kind of just put everything on hold for that business. We still see our individual clients, but we're not doing things like we used to. So, yeah, we just kind of had to let it go in a way that we used to do it. So, I got to boss status from just being interested in entrepreneurship since 2012. I had lost my job right around that time. I was pregnant with my son, lost my job, and I wanted to try and replace the income I had while I was at work because my pregnancy was just really rough. And so I started going into blogging. That's when I learned how to do websites, and that's when I learned how to generate leads. So that's kind of like how the direction of BizTech started going. So I've been at this since 2012, just working for myself, then working for other businesses, other companies, just helping them get their websites and lead generation up. And then now we are fast forward here. So we actually, I understood how having a professional presence online and having a really, really good website that people can come to and find you trustworthy was absolutely helpful for getting our first clients and in the space of funding, business structure, those type of things. And we were able to help a lot of clients that way. But yeah, our first client was like in 2 days after we launched, which was very surprising to me. Um, but yeah, having a really good online presence is very important for any business. And you have to have a website or at least a landing page. How else are people going to find out who you are? You can't do everything on social media. You have to have that. So,
Yeah, I agree 100%. Like, I get nervous when I see people like, "Oh, we're doing follow for follow," and, I'm like, "Okay, that's fine, but, I'm hungry. I can't eat my followers, like, the follower count, like, I generate some income in this business." So, yeah, generating leads is very important, especially getting them off of social and into your system because, Amy Porterfield, who I follow, she always talks about, like, how an email list is very important, especially when that time I remember like, some years back when Facebook went down, Facebook and Instagram went down,
Mhm.
and she was like, "If I didn't have that email list, I wouldn't have made $14,000 that day," and I was like, "That is so true," you know? But there's just that gap, like, how do I get them off of online and kinda, like, turn into a lead, and we're gonna talk about that. Actually, we're gonna talk about that right now 'cause, you've already answered all the questions. I love it when things just go, like, all sporadic. So, yeah, let's talk about, content marketing and automation. So, I love automations, I love setting them up, I love how they flow in my business, but it's the creating the content part that that is not my jam at all.
Mhm. So, one of the things that you can do is I like to say every business needs a presentation. Um, the most successful businesses that I've seen and I've experienced even myself is when I did presentations, and we used to do presentations nightly. I did a little trick too. So I would record the presentation. I had a tool called Restream, and I would just stream it out to the different platforms that I wanted to go to, and we would just do this every single night. We'll just change up the graphics for the event because anytime you did a restream of a video that you already pre-recorded, they created an event on Facebook. So we would just redo the graphics, maybe change the headlines, but it was the same thing. And so we got a lot of clients just from doing that. But I've seen companies, they'll go live with a presentation. Sometimes they'll have slides. I know all of this seems really boring, right? But when you are able to explain what you do in your business and give people just maybe one or two things that you can learn about your business, and the presentation doesn't have to be long. Our nightly presentations were like 15 minutes, and people would still make comments after the replay was done because they say, "Oh, well, they went live. Let me go and see what they were talking about," and they were able to see that particular video. Um, and so you don't have to do it that way. We just did it that way to save us time because we do have 3 children and we needed to be with them. But it was really in a testing phase, and we saw that it was really good. And the reason why I say this is because I asked my mother for advice because she's really good at writing proposals because we were looking into corporate contracting at that time. And she said, "You know what? If you do a presentation every night, you will get clients." She learned that from working in the executive rooms at GM. She did presentations all the time, and she would put together presentations that would cost millions of dollars and that would help the executives. This was like in the 90s, early 2000s when she was working there. But that advice really helped. And when I started noticing other businesses that were doing some sort of presentation, even if you're in e-commerce, your presentation should be you on live, QVC style, showing your products, letting people know about the fabrics, how it washes. You should know so much about your product, your service, that you can give a presentation, a demo, something that can literally solve a problem for somebody. So, I mean, that is one type of content that you can do. I think how-to content has run its meal when you are, if you look at Instagram or even YouTube, there's so much of that going on. How to do this, how to do that. And it's very inundating. It's just overwhelming to see and to kind of look at and make you even. even sometimes I'm looking at how-to content, maybe I'm like, "Man, am I doing something wrong?" Because it always seems like the how-to content is just showing, you know, tutorials and all that stuff. I mean, it has its place, but actually explaining what your business does, what you do, and, how everything works is very essential. I mean, just look at this as your store. If someone comes into your store, you wouldn't ignore them or you wouldn't um, say what your sales are, or you wouldn't explain to them. You would have to do that. You would have to explain, hey, we have this on sale. This is 2 for 5. I mean, it's something like that. But that's not how your content was. I'm just giving an example. Anytime you're online, your content should really solve a problem for someone and to help them get to the point where they can DM you and ask for um, your product services or how much things are. So that's pretty much the gist of it. So,
Okay, so I really like this because you didn't start off by saying, "Hey, you need to do a Instagram reel and you need to be having all of these captions and all of this, these flashy captions with these different colors on it." And that's what a lot of people think that they need to do because they see that all the time. But you went straight into saying create a presentation. And when you said that, I was like, oh, because I actually do that when I'm getting ready to, like, do a job op or, if I see a job opportunity in, like, a virtual assistance group, I create a presentation, use their name, Loom, and then state what it is that they said that they need help with and how I can help them. It's only like 5 slides, and that generally get them to book a call with me because they see that. And I like the way that you say that you guys you know, did like the lives and then, just all you just changed out was the graphics of it, and that's it. People don't even think about doing that. I think that is not new in a way, but it's like it's totally different than what people are doing, yet it is not new.
mhm.
So I love but every day you like more hats to you. I would have been like, wait, just do this every other day, but But no, like, I love that grind, like, just getting in there and wow, like, how many time like, how long did it take for you guys to, like, continue doing that to just be like, "Okay, we can't do it no more because 'cause we're overwhelmed?"
I stopped it because, well, the restream wasn't working right at the time, and we had enough clients that we could handle, so I just stopped. So you do it as much as you want, as long as you want. So, one of the things that we're doing now just to help our business grow because we started this one in February. We're going to do monthly webinars. Monthly webinars is just a presentation, right? And then from there, we'll do presentations maybe 3 days out of the week that can have an ad placed on it. So that's another tactic that you can use. You can always get more eyeballs on your presentations. You can record it and send it out to your target audience and as a presentation. It can be 5 minutes. You don't need to do a whole 90 minutes or I've seen things where it was all day and I'm like, what? Why didn't you tell me it was all day? Because I can't do that. But as long as you're able to tell people what you do, who you are, how you can help them, how much your prices are, your services, your products, it works. It totally works.
I love this. Oh, we're gonna be best friends. 'Cause those I said, I don't like the content creation part because I thought you was going that other direction, but when you said presentations, I was like, "Hey, that's more my
Those-
jam." I don't think of that as content creation, so I love it, yeah.
Yeah, it's content creation. It is. And most people, yeah, like you said, don't think of it like that. I've even fallen into the trap of trying to do the B-rolls and the captions and the voiceovers. I'm like, I don't really like that. It doesn't move the needle for me at all. I am not trying to be an influencer. I'm trying to get you to think about my product, my service. I would rather for you to do that. I'd rather for I would rather be direct. Like, "Hey, this is what I do. This is how I can help you. Do you want it?" I'd rather do that.
And people appreciate that. You know, we sometimes overthink like we have to do it this formula or this framework work the way somebody said that, you should do it. And I always say, hey, boss ladies, be your authentic self.
Mhm.
Like, just say, hey, I'm getting ready to do a workshop or something. Would you be interested in it? Okay, well, then it's $5, it's $10. You don't have to do a whole framework to get to your pricing, and I'm starting to understand that a little bit more and more as I move through my journey, so you really makes me feel a whole lot better because 'cause I'm like, "Oh, okay, I like this,"
Yes.
because it's something that not a lot of people are talking about, and girl, you really need to start talking about it because do you know how many people you can actually, like, get under your wing that don't want to do all that. It's a ton of people that don't wanna do all that other stuff, but if they can just create something simple and then, like, stream it out and then just run ads to it and keep it rolling, hey, people would love to be in a course like that. Like, are you thinking about doing something like that?
I am. I
Yay.
definitely am because I'm just seeing how many, people are really struggling with the content part, and if they can just do your presentation, just do something. You don't have to have a bunch of slides. You can literally have a Google Doc and just go right down there on what is you said Loom, right? You
Mhm.
can do a Loom video. You can do you can stream something from Zoom right onto Facebook and do your presentation there and do it for 5 minutes. Hit those bullet points as people are coming in. All you have to do is, greet them if you see them or however. Just that simple thing can do wonders for your business.
I love it. Yes. So, as you know here, hey, boss ladies, we are all about connection and collaboration. What type of collaborations are you looking for right now, and how can people connect with you?
I'm looking for more collaborations to do videos. So I would like to work with other business owners who have businesses, and then maybe we can collaborate and just do, talks together. I know this is like the podcast forum, but to just have something where people can learn more about your business, because maybe if you feel more comfortable in a discussion talking to somebody and you are presenting your business, your opportunity, that's a presentation right there. So there's so many different ways this can be done. So definitely looking for more business owners to do that. I have a small YouTube channel. I haven't even done any promotion on it, but I'm looking to build a YouTube channel with business owners who wants to learn more about tech or who wants to just really grow their business.
That sounds good. And where can everyone connect with you?
You can connect with me on Facebook and Instagram. Just look up BizTech Yourself, and it's the same BIZ as in zebra TECH and the word yourself.
Awesome. And we'll definitely link those up in the show notes. Thank you, Katina, for coming on the Hey Boss Lady podcast.
Yes, thank you for having me.